Breaking news, Tiger Woods gets into a car crash again. This is number 4 now that I count. Let's listen.
We continue to follow breaking news. Let's listen in now. Officials in Florida are giving an update on a rollover crash involving Tiger Woods.
A pickup truck pulling a pressure cleaner trailer and a Land Rover which was rolled over on the driver's door, and we're going to provide you photos of that. The investigation started, and initially, right off the top, it did appear that the driver of the Land Rover might be impaired, and at that point, the Chief Ewing of Jupiter Island Police Department called me from the Martin County Sheriff's Office and asked for our assistance. It wasn't that the Jupiter Island Police Department isn't fully capable of doing these types of investigations, but quite frankly, the Sheriff's Office has a lot more repetitions in these traffic crashes and these types of investigations. Our investigation revealed as follows. Shortly again before 2, the pressure cleaner truck pulling a trailer, a small trailer, was northbound on South Beach Road and was pulling kind of to turn into a driveway. It was slowing down, starting to turn into a driveway, and the driver of that vehicle looked in his mirror and saw a Land Rover, a dark-colored Land Rover, overtaking him at high speeds, and I don't know those speeds. The Land Rover kept overtaking him. He saw it coming, so he tried to edge off to the side of the road, but this is a small 2-lane road, and there was no shoulder for this pressure cleaner gentleman to get off to the side of the road. As he was trying to move to the side of the road, the Land Rover overtook him at the last minute, swerved to avoid a collision, but clipped the back end of the trailer of the pressure cleaner apparatus, listed to the side, and then rolled on the driver's door north past the truck that had just avoided the crash with. The individual driving that Land Rover was able to crawl out the passenger door of the car and was identified to be Mr. Tiger Woods. Our DUI investigators came to the scene here, and Mr. Woods did exemplify signs of impairment. They did several tests on him. Of course, he did explain the injuries and the surgeries that he had. We did take that into account. But they did do some in-depth roadside tests, and when it was determined, he was placed under arrest and taken to the Martin County Jail. At the Martin County Jail, and even on scene, we really weren't suspicious of alcohol being involved in this case, and that proved to be true at the jail. So Mr. Woods did a breathalyzer test, blew triple zeros, but when it came time for us to ask for a urinalysis test, he refused, and so he's been charged with DUI, with property damage, and refusal to submit to a lawful test.
This is not very tiger-like. I mean the animal, unless it's the drunken tiger hidden in the woods, but he wasn't even drunk this time. I'm gonna start calling him Panda Woods with his clumsy ass. Bro played golf and GTA in real life. What the hell? Listen, if you think I'm kicking a black man down, I'm not, okay? I'm kicking down the Asian man, because that's the side of him that keeps getting into accidents. Why does he still have a license? Who keeps giving this man vehicles to roll over? This is his 4th crash, and 3 of them have been in Florida. From now on, just call him Florida Man Woods. We already gonna know who you talking about.
In the crash, no one was injured. Mr. Woods did not seem to be injured at all, and the other gentlemen were not injured. But this happened a few hours ago, so I've given you the information that I have right here, right now. So with that, let me kick it to you for questions. I'll answer what I can answer.
Just to be clear, they're both going in the same direction. Tiger was coming up behind the guy in the pickup that was replicating.
So the question is, were they both going the same direction? Yes. Both of them were in the 280 block of South Beach Road, driving northbound. The truck pulling a trailer was trying to slow down and pull over, and Mr. Woods was overtaking him at a high rate of speed before he clipped the back end and rolled his vehicle over on the driver's door.
I wonder how long it's going to be before these press conferences take place where we have this AI generated, like just right at the press conference, they'll have like maybe a screen set up that shows like a representation of what happened. Because him explaining it had me confused. I'm like, what? But the way that reporter just asked them were they both, going the same direction, like that was a very important piece of information. He did kind of say that, but just if we had a visual of what actually happened, we could understand a little bit more of the severity. Never mind the fact that the Range Rover is sitting on its side, which like no vehicle should sit on the side, but definitely not a Range Rover.
So the question is, how many times did he roll over? The answer is he didn't roll completely over. The truck rolled to the driver's door and then just slid northbound up the road. And again, we'll provide you some photos of
Look at that. That's crazy.
Exact speed. You said highway speed twice now. Is there a way just to give us a general idea of how fast? You mentioned before the
Right.
two-lane, but you can't drive very fast on that road.
So the question is, can I give you a general idea of how fast? And the answer is I can't, but I can tell you this, it's a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit. And when I show you the photos, they kind of speak for themselves. You can see where he clipped the back of the trailer. You can
Yeah,
see where he
you don't
rolled,
do that at
and
30
then
miles per
as
hour.
he decelerates, sliding down on the driver's door of the vehicle, you can see that he slid for a pretty decent a space before he came to a stop. Yes, sir.
Was he cooperative as far as what his schedule was today, what he's doing? Was he talk? Did he speak to you guys what his activities were today?
So the question was he cooperative with us? The answer was he is cooperative, but he was not trying to incriminate himself. So he was careful in what he said and didn't say. And when it came time again for the test, the urine test at the jail, he stopped that. Let me go back to one thing. There is a Florida state statute that requires us to keep people incarcerated for at least 8 hours post a DUI arrest. So he's in our jail. He will be there for at least 8 hours from 3 o'clock for at least 8 hours, and then he'll be released on bond if he posts bond.
Injuries to the driver who was pulling that pressure washer.
So the question is injuries to the driver pulling the pressure washer. The answer is no injuries to him. He was fine, thankfully.
Nigga, I'd have been on the ground having a seizure, a stroke. I'd have started pop locking. I'd have just automatically started stuttering. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to get canceled. But if y'all ever used to watch and Live in Color, y'all remember the Handyman, the handicapped superhero that Damon Wayans used to play? I started talking like that nigga. Everything that could have possibly been wrong with me would have been wrong right then and there once I realized that was Panda Woods that just tried to overtake my vehicle on the road and flipped his on his driver's side. Nigga, I'd have been unconscious. I'd have woke up and said, "Oh my God, I'm black."
Question is breathalyzer was 0 and it's a urine test. The answer is yes. So on scene, we had DRE experts evaluating him, and they believed from on scene that he was not impaired on alcohol. They believed it was some type of medication or drug. And again, at the jail, he cooperated with the urine, he cooperated with the breathalyzer, and then the urine he wanted no part of.
Is there going to be any testing afterwards? What's the procedure with that to verify if he was under something?
So the question, will there be any follow-up testing? The answer is no. He has a right to refuse that test. There is a Florida statute which he will be charged with for refusing to take that test, but we will never get definitive results as to what he was impaired on at the time of the
That's what I want to know.
Golf superstar
Now, real quick, before we get to the update, 2009, crash in Florida, November 2009, Tiger Woods crashed his Cadillac Escalade into a fire hydrant and tree outside his home. Cause not officially DUI. Reports linked it to prescription meds and personal issues. Outcome was minor injuries and no criminal DUI charge. I think that was when his wife caught him cheating or something and tried to beat him with the golf clubs. 2017, in May, he was found asleep at the wheel with the car running. Substances, Vicodin, Xanax, Ambien, and THC in the system. So, listen, Tiger Woods be hitting that golf ball zooted. Or maybe he's not on the drugs. Maybe that's why his career has, he's not the same Tiger that he was. And I remember recently he just did a press conference because I think he's on the tour right now. He said, my body's just not keeping up. And he has injuries and stuff. So, all of that. He was charged with a DUI, later pleaded down to reckless driving. Says the cause was prescription medication reaction, not alcohol. In 2021, he had a serious crash, and y'all can look these up. These pictures are crazy. In February 2021 in California, he had a high-speed rollover crash, crossed lanes and hit objects, severe leg fractures, multiple surgeries, no evidence of drugs or alcohol. And the outcome was careless driving citation and not criminal DUI. And then this situation. Tiger Woods is a golfer. He's not a baseball player. And yet this man has gotten so many times up to bat that it's ridiculous. Maybe I need to be Caucasian or whatever the hell he says he is, because this is not the type of grace that the law allows a Negro to have. I'm kicking down the Asian man part of him. The law is forgiving the white man part of him. I don't even know where the black part is. But anyway, he has been released. So let's check the update.
Tiger Woods is out of jail tonight after his DUI arrest in Florida, and we're getting a first look at him since the rollover crash this afternoon, and his new mugshot is now public. All of this as speculation swirls about whether he'll play in the Masters less than 2 weeks from now. Eyewitness News reporter Tim Pulliam joins us now with new details. Tim?
David, tonight Tiger Woods is out of jail and we're seeing new images of his release. This is the 4th time he's been involved in a crash. His return to golf next month is now in question.
Tiger.
New video shows Tiger Woods leaving his 8-hour stint in a Florida jail after that dramatic crash Friday near the golf superstar's home. The Martin County Sheriff's Office releasing his mugshot following his arrest on suspicion of driving impaired. It happened around 2 p.m. local time. Officers say Woods was driving a Land Rover at a high rate of speed when he tried to avoid slamming into the driver in front of him, hauling equipment. Investigators say the Land Rover veered off to the left, clipping the other vehicle before rolling over.
The individual driving that Land Rover was able to crawl out the passenger door of the car and was identified to be Mr. Tiger Woods. Our DUI investigators came to the scene here, and Mr. Woods did exemplify signs of impairment.
No one was injured in the wreck, and investigators say Woods passed.
How the hell can you do this professionally better than anybody else has ever done it, but you can't do this recreationally?
The breathalyzer test, which showed no alcohol in his system, but they allege he refused to take a urine test, which checks for drugs or medications. The 50-year-old arrested and charged with misdemeanor
only 50?
DUI. This is not the first time the golfer has been involved in a crash. In 2021, the legendary golfer was seriously hurt in a rollover wreck by Rancho Palos Verdes when he hit a tree. It was ruled that speed caused that crash.
Look at this. God, the law, the streets, Florida, vehicles. He keeps getting chance after chance.
2017, Woods was arrested and charged for driving impaired in Florida. Dashcam video shows him trying to walk in a straight line. He pled guilty to reckless driving. With a historic 82 PGA Tour wins, in recent years, Woods has been trying to work his way back to golf after multiple back surgeries. Fans are reacting to his latest arrest, including President Donald Trump, whose former daughter-in-law is dating Tiger Woods.
What?
Very close friend of mine. He's an amazing person, amazing man, but some difficulty.
Yeah, this crash comes
well,
just as Tiger
there
Woods
it
is
is.
trying to decide if he is fit enough to play
Yeah.
the Masters tournament, which begins next month.
There it is. Okay, well, you're friends with Trump. You get away with doing a couple bumps. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section about this here. This is crazy. You got music, you got a business, you got a product or service, but you're not making enough money off of it because you don't have enough exposure. DM or email me right now to get promoted on my platforms. I have 850,000 subscribers on YouTube. I have 460,000 followers on Instagram. I have the following that you want to get seen in front of. I was able to increase the sales of this Amazon book off of a YouTube sponsorship with just 30,000 views. And I was able to give this artist 15,000 views with the Instagram repost in less than 24 hours. So DM or email me at bookingcranklucas@gmail.com right now to get more exposure and more money for your business.